What is up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. This video is an absolute must-see, and we're going to do this one take, uncut. Bear with me. If you are part of the XRP community, they are one of the only communities that are well aware of how big not only standard custody will be, but Polysign in the future of crypto adoption and overall digital asset infrastructure. So let's cover this massive news and why this could largely be related to XRP. Even the most conservative people, the most conservative researchers understand the good chance and probability of XRP being related to standard custody, of course, because standard custody is a subsidiary. Their parent company is Polysign. Well, who is Polysign? Visit their website, polysign.io. Well, let's check out essentially who is behind Polysign. David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple. Arthur Brito, the founder and essentially one of the creators of the XRP ledger back in the day. We have Jack McDonald. Notice inducted into the Global Custodians Legends of Industry. UBS is a Ripple partner as well. We have Tim Keeney, retired vice chairman of BNY Mellon, RippleNet, and no big deal, besides leading an organization of 25,000 people, he was also responsible for custodying 25% of global institutional assets. And lastly, Antoinette needs no introduction. CCO, previously the CCO at Ripple Labs, the Chief Compliance Officer. I know that even Mickey B. Fresh, Mr. Fresh Time on Twitter, has shown us time and time again actual videos that we watched even on this channel of her speaking at the IMF panels of the International Monetary Fund. Also, 15 years in traditional banking at two of the biggest RippleNet partners and two of the biggest banks in the world, MUFG and HSBC, cannot make that up, and also an independent consultant at PFG, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the nickname for that on Wall Street. So overall, guys, yes, if you want crypto adoption to be a big thing, well, you need scalable, secure infrastructure for all these transactions, and they're even exploring different type of escrow functionality. Notice this is all the money, guys, just like ILP, just like everything we've heard about with a variety of these protocols, whether it's the protocol, the ledger, the digital asset, aka XRP. We can even see Polysign is to drive use of digital assets by building best-in-class infrastructure that enables institutions to secure and transact in digital assets across capital markets and payment sectors, guys. Capital markets, this is big boy money. This isn't billions, this is trillions of dollars, if not quadrillion with a Q. Now, keep in mind, even David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, has said time and time again, he is so excited to talk about what Polysign is working on, but he cannot discuss it due to NDAs. I know we've seen the interviews, they've been viral on Twitter, and I just love seeing his excitement because, man, if he's excited, I think we should be as well. So just wanted to point that out. Now we're going to take it back to the news with standard custody, and they've been very quiet for a while. I know all of us have been stalking their Twitter page. Who knows if even Arthur Brito is kind of managing that as well. So right here, XRP Crypto Wolf just pointing it out, Polysign subsidiary Standard Custody has received its charter to operate under New York State banking law. New York State, guys, one of the most strict states in the world, and of course, kind of one of those financial capitals in the world, just like London, as a regulated, qualified custodian for financial institutions. A few things right here, per even Tim Keeney, who we just shared, and he's the board member of course, Standard Custody. No surprise, and we talked about him. Remember, retired vice chairman of BNY, custodying 1/4 of the world's wealth, or custodial assets. Right here, this charter from the New York State Department of Financial Services enables Standard Custody to serve investors in compliance with the rigorous security measures required for institutional-grade service, enabling us to bridge traditional financial services to help grow an ecosystem where digital assets thrive. Now, keep in mind, this isn't my stupid opinion. This is coming from Tim Keeney, the retired vice chair, right here, these gentlemen. So they're commenting on the matter, and they just said he's a board member of Standard Custody. Can you imagine what their network is and who they're really speaking with in this ecosystem, not just in Wall Street, but globally? Exactly. You have to speculate. Every successful investor does speculate. Of course, you're trying to find the balance of being, reasonable and logical, etc. But you know what? Risk takers typically have been very successful, and fortune favors the bold. So when you keep going here, we can even see CEO Jack McDonald formerly served as CEO of Conifer Financial Services, an independent asset services firm acquired by, notice, SS&C. So cryptocurrency veteran Arthur Brito designed the next generation technical solutions for Standard Custody, the same mastermind that developed the XRP ledger and all its other functionality. The XRP ledger is not just a ledger, it has a native DEX. It has all kinds of other fancy functionality that is ignored by most people. Notice, earning our trust bank charter from the New York State Department of Financial Services is a testament to Standard Custody's regulatory and compliance excellence. And this is from Jack McDonald. Why on earth are they trying to get this bank charter if they're not really going to do anything? Do you know what I mean? They're not doing this for fun. There are massive plans ahead, and I cannot wait to see what's yet in store. So I think you guys can understand why I'm excited. I'd imagine you guys would be too. And all we have to do is wait. Our job is easy. So institutional investors have been drawn to the massive potential of digital assets, yeah, go figure, and the decentralized finance, DeFi, but deserve an equally revolutionary custody and settlement solution to meet the demands of a global digital asset marketplace. Now that is so cool. Let me see if escrow is in here, because there's one I wanted to read. Yes, so keep in mind, guys, this is just the beginning. It's not just internet money. We're looking for protocols to program money in an efficient way. So that is why I'm excited. And yes, believe it, before we have all these guys in Wall Street to flow in with trillions of dollars of more capital, we need to have security in place. We need to have transactions in place. And that is exactly what it seems like Standard Custody and Polysign are looking to do. This market is going to eclipse and essentially swallow and process all other markets, whether it's tokenized real estate or the stock market or any version of derivative in the future, which is already valued at over $1 quadrillion. So, Standard Custody Security Program combines proprietary blockchain technology, end-to-end encryption, and distributed trust protocols to protect keys, multi-sig rotation and all that. Standard Custody's integrated escrow platform, and I knew escrow would play a role in this, enables investors to buy and sell digital assets directly from custody, reducing the risk of external transfers and inefficient transactions between multiple accounts and different providers, making the route as simple as possible. Standard Custody facilitates 24/7 investor market access with improved security and capital efficiency. This has my mouth watering for the future and the potential of all of this, guys. Whether it's, just everyday investors, and let's take it back. Remember before the March 2020 crypto crash when everybody said, oh no, XRP's at 10, 15 cents, we're never coming back, and yet most people fell for it? Well, we didn't. And guess what? NASDAQ and even R3 formed a partnership, and shortly after, they had a very, very bullish article put out a month later, I think in April. And I know we've reviewed it multiple times, saying this is the future. Do not measure success in a matter of days. If you're looking on the 30-minute chart, you're probably going to get scared out. Me, I am here to stay. I'm accumulating, and I'll continue the DCA. If I'm in some other riskier assets, I'll take profit at this bullish cycle, and I'll be probably putting them into XRP, frankly, because I see upside, and I want to put my money to work for me. I'm not going to just be sitting on my hands doing nothing. I want my money to be put in work, provided I see upside in a chart, I will be investing in it, okay? So very exciting, just wanted to point that out. Let's see, permits custodial escrow for services for clients seeking to unlock the value of digital assets. Keywords, guys, and open new investment opportunities across the world of DeFi. Now, something even crazier, and let's keep moving here, is, let's see, well, I'm all over the place. I actually want to point this out. So this is a video I did, or I recorded. It was a talk with the gentleman, head of real-time payments. This was 2 years ago, or I believe 3 years ago in 2018. Massive. And I did a tweet to kind of consolidate it. Save your guys time if you want. There's timestamps going across everything. But what I wanted to point out is this. By moving money quicker, by improving the velocity of money from point A to point B between bank accounts, between countries, etc., it increased GDP by 1%. Now, Jevons paradox leads to an increase in consumption too. And this is exactly why I go flywheel effect. The demand will increase. You think that, demand's going to go down and we won't need as much? Wrong. And that is why I'm excited. I cannot even fathom what kind of financial world we're going to be living in, guys. This is massive opportunity. And I know people are going to roll their eyes at this. I do believe this is one of the greatest transfers of wealth to come. Okay? So, with RTP and just kind of talking about ACI Worldwide, they're a tech provider for even the United States domestic clearinghouse. They are a RippleNet partner. Right here. Global cross-border payments represent 40% of transactional revenue. Well, what is Ripple and specifically the XRP ledger aiming to do? Take on the world of transaction banking and level the playing field. No more monopoly held by groups like JP Morgan. We can even see they're discussing real-time payments coming to the Middle East and SAMA, the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, aka the Saudi Central Bank. Longtime RippleNet partner, all links below in that video description, even with Ripple.com. I'm showing all of that, of course. I know we're well aware of that. And even they said, hey, Ripple, you're good to go. We don't really need a sandbox, little testing environment. You guys can go live. Remember, Ripple is SOC 2 certified. Who else is SOC 2 certified? other Ripple partners and tech providers of the clearinghouse in the United States, such as Volante. And I'll show you a screenshot in this video if I can remember. ACI worldwide sends $14 trillion per day. 14 trillion. Dogecoin made did its market capitalization hit 80 billion, 90 billion? What can a utility do for this market in the future, guys? Well over 1,000 partners here. The first real-time payment scheme was in Japan 50 years ago. You can see 1 billion transactions per day, and this gentleman says it at the 2-minute mark, talking about all of this, 14 trill, a billion transactions per day. He says that through ACI worldwide alone, and this includes securities transactions, so this is why I'm thinking Polysign as well for future investors. $5 million moves every single time as fast as you can snap your finger consecutively. That's powerful. Then, speaking of the Middle East, Ripple's new regional headquarters is now in Dubai, and they announced that before the SEC allegations in December. Interesting. Next up, we also point out ISO 222. Funny that Ripple is the only DLT-focused or blockchain group or company that joined their standards body, isn't it? But yeah, XRP's a scam, I'm sure. Companies that are looking to save 8 to 10% with real-time payment initiatives at the cost of reconciliation. Now, that's not settlement, nonetheless, reduction in cost, guys. Real-time payments and making payment costs go to essentially zero. GDP, talked about that. And most people, they're doing real-time clearing, between the accounts, it looks like we're there. But at the end of the day, they actually still have to do settlement and settle across ledgers. That's highly inefficient. With XRP, you can still do it in a matter of seconds at the banking level or at the bottom of the payment stack. That's why I'm excited. Real-time payment 24/7 365 across all bank channels. Even he talks about IoT, Internet of Things. Jevons paradox, again, just wanted to refer to that. Ripple joined Nacha, the payment stack. Go ahead and check that out if you like. If you have not seen it, please go check that out. The gentleman even uses the famous Ripple phrase, talking about sending money faster. You can fly it faster in a suitcase to the country than you can actually send it and settle across bank ledgers. That is a joke to me. So no wonder XRP is going to dominate. And it's not just XRP, it actually reduces counterparty risk. Facebook has nothing on this. Diem and all these other currencies, they are literally just IOUs masquerading as blockchain. So Ripple even uses Ripple as a settlement method in the future. Funny enough, we're going to show a document shortly of Ripple alongside with Swift GPI and a few other protocols to be the main settlement mechanism. You cannot make this stuff up. And this is all from the summer of 2018. So I'm going to keep pointing that out. The video has like 27,000 views. I doubt most people's attention span can last. But watch this on 2x playback speed, just like I do with every single video, because when you're waiting, sharpen your sword. I feel like most people with most assets, they typically buy too late and they sell too early. I will not be doing that with XRP. Provided you're already in profit, decide for yourselves. But since I'm already in profit with other alts, I'll be continuing to hold XRP for the long term. So now let me see where we're at. Right. And we'll speed through this. So, of course, if you go to Flare's website, flare.xyz, we're going to go over to the top right click. You can read the blog about the Spark token distribution, or we can scroll down. Cannot wait to see supporting exchanges, by the way, as well, for the wallets. But click the team. I know Bitstamp's going to be adding Spark, but let's click on this woman. And she's actually, let's see, a chief scientist. Now, this is interesting because it's more quantum talk. PhD, quantum computing, UCL, worked in collaboration with Siemens, and I know you guys have heard of them, on applications of quantum algorithms to healthcare and image recognition. No surprise, no shock, and that's exactly what I was referencing with Damor Sahami sharing this. This gentleman, senior advisor, Flare Networks, developing Flare Networks, and you can even see quantum proof encryption, and he did later kind of change it, but nonetheless, that is very, very interesting, talking about, capital markets. This is big boy money, guys. This work is not being put for fun. This is to revolutionize the world of finance. Just like Ethereum is changing the game for DeFi, there's still going to be more protocols. It will not just be XRP, but please, if you don't realize the connections of Polysign and standard custody alone, and that's literally 0.1% of the iceberg as we've gone over, and many other YouTubers, many other researchers and bloggers have been doing this for years. So please continue doing your own research, and this is just exciting. So Matthew Alany, I want to touch on this, then I'm going to talk about Volante. So the World Economic Forum, the 1% of the 1%, talking about, sustainable development goals and monetary policy. And of course, Ripple, along with XLM, they're both part of the overall Global Cryptocurrency Council. fully regulated. Come on, you can't make this stuff up. And I cannot wait for the SEC to potentially reach settlements. I think it happens. Chart for XRP says up, so I'm sure that it's going to go up eventually, and everyone's going to call us lucky as always. So, digital assets, distributed ledger tech, and the future of capital markets. Seems like we're seeing a trend here. Capital markets, guys, this is the focus. May 2021, not featuring Bitcoin, just rather just, the technology as a whole. So, kind of speed through this report before I go to the next thing. R3, of course, remember, SBI, massive shareholder of R3 and Ripple. R3 is the big money focused on capital markets, okay? R3, Corda, Hyperledger, Consensus, Quorum, Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, IBM, Google. Like, I'm sure you guys are familiar with all of this. We've talked about Google Ventures being an early investor in Ripple back in the day too. And IBM, part of, Moby and all of that other stuff. All right, R3. And last but not least, we'll just click this one, and we can see plenty of RippleNet partners, go figure, but also just a lot of the big groups. The World Bank, they praised XRapid. Today it's ODL, DTCC. That's, processing well over $2 quadrillion per year. UBS, HSBC, ING, Bank of International Settlements, BBVA, one of the biggest banks. I'm just listing off Ripple partners right here. It's very, very obvious. But the thing is, they have deep ties with a lot of the cryptos in the space, whether it's XTC, Ethereum, potentially Polkadot, but I still want, these networks to go live successfully. Standard Chartered, you just have to pay attention. Finastra, 9,000 clients right there, of the top 48 of the top 50 banks in the world, as I always say. Credit Suisse. So very powerful stuff, Fidelity, etc. So we're going to keep moving. And this is the good stuff. So Matthew Liny, guys, must follow if you do hold or you research XRP. Volante technology using Ripple ODL will allow its customers to get ahead of its competition, and its competition will eventually adopt to compete. Now, this gentleman literally asked Volante, and he posted it. It went viral many times, and we've shown it. Asking Volante, can you use XRP? Do you have the ability to plug in and utilize XRP? And they said yes, they already do. Like, they don't use XRP today, to my knowledge, but they have the ability to do so. Benefits of a single API. Now, just to go through this, we can see Volpay. We're already familiar with this, 24/7, 365. Volante cross-border. Notice, just like I said in that this YouTube video, and this gentleman even names Ripple as just an example, of course, go Swift GPI, Ripple, and Earthport. Earthport is literally connected to RippleNet, and Visa bought it for hundreds of millions of dollars. Swift GPI is just X-current like Ripple. It can't compete with XRP. It doesn't. It's messaging, whereas Ripple's XRP actually solves these settlements issue. So Swift GPI is just a band-aid. XRP is the solution. Time and time again, you have to check off. Like, there's like 5 or 7 boxes. If you don't check them all off, it's got nothing on XRP, period. All right. And also remember, Marjan Delatine formerly was leading and selling Swift GPI. She worked for Swift. Where did she go? Oh, well, she moved to Ripple. Now, of course, everybody's moving around like chess pieces, going to different places, but just important to note. All right, so Volante, you guys can read about all of this if you'd like, if you want to pause it. And let me see. So Volpay, talking about this, RTP. Just kind of speed reading right here to see if there's anything. I already went through this earlier. BNY Mellon, remember, we're going to take it back, of course, RippleNet, and of course, related to Tim Keeney. Do you see what I'm saying? And let's see. Got PostPay, talking about Volpay, Cloud Native, and let's see what else. And then just Volpay yet again, 300 APIs, and showing Swift, GPI, Ripple, Visa B2B, and more. And there's some really interesting networks. Why am I blanking on the network? What is it? Big supply chain guy, Ariba Network, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with that one as well. It's massive. We can talk about like Tata TCS Quartz solution that's integrated with Ripple, but it really does make you wonder. And most importantly, for those of you that have not seen my step-by-step walkthrough and video tutorial of iTrustCapital, I highly recommend checking this out. It will be linked in the top of the video description. Again, I still have a bunch of XRP on this platform, and for those of you that want to get tax-free trades and massive returns that could potentially be all tax-free, especially if it's a Roth IRA, that's exactly what I'm incurring. So if my bag, at least on this platform, because it's already gone up, 500% plus in XRP alone, I'm talking if this goes to, say, a $3 million bag, $5 million, $10 million bag in the years ahead, that's tax-free for me. I can happily take that, and I can even go back to like Vanguard or Fidelity and go into a conservative index fund and then just try to accrue 10% per year happily. And that is one of the strategies. I know that James Rule XRP in the community, he threw his like whole 401k from Coca-Cola into XRP, kind of at the bottom. I'm very jealous of him, but very, very cool. So highly recommend watching this video. It's not a fit for everybody, but if you do have a Roth IRA, I made sure I had a Roth IRA since I was 18 years old. This could be a very, very good fit for you. Whether you got let off recently or anything in between, you'll have to kind of debate if you wanted a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA in crypto. Again, since I expect that the crypto market's going to grow significantly over the next decade, I'm comfortable doing a Roth IRA because I want it to be tax-free when I take profits at the end. So very interesting, of course, because today, taxes, whether short-term, 15%, 40% if you're in the top tax bracket, that's disgusting. I do not want to make $10 million and pay $4 million in taxes. So highly recommend watching this. It's all certified. It's protected SOC 2 certification with Curve, of course, just like RippleNet, PayPal, all these other organizations. So they've even listed more crypto now. So it is exciting. And of course, even gold and silver if you wanted to be conservative. And every trade, of course, is tax-free. So highly recommend looking in this. And you can save a month off with my promo code KevinCage. So much love, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.